Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another DC comic review, and in this DC comic review I will be reviewing The Dark Crisis, World Without a Justice League, Superman, written by Tom King, with Lucas and Burham on it, and as you can see here I've got the regular plus the variant. In regards to covers, so first things first, I'll jump to the cover rating, to which I give both covers a 7.5, as they do actually cover what we actually see here in the story. So next thing that I'll be doing is covering the internal art. I will not be covering the Aquaman backstory though, only the Superman related one. So if you want to check it out for yourself, go check it out for yourself. And I'll get to moving into the internal art around the beginning, middle and end. Now this is some of the art around the beginning, but there is something very important that's on this next page that I'm about to show you. And this is how it reads. The Justice League has fallen. In an epic battle against the mad pariah's dark army, Earth's defenders sacrificed themselves to save the multiverse. Now Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, John Stewart, Hawkgirl, Zatanna, Green Arrow, and Black Canary are dead. Or are they? Then we move into the next part. Needing to power to fuel his deadly machinations, so what we're about to see before us are the deadly machinations of Pariah. He has imprisoned the essence of each Justice League member on custom-made worlds using his ever-growing dark abilities. Each world has been created from the innermost hopes of the Justice League. What Pariah intends to do with these worlds is a mystery. Welcome to Worlds Without a Justice League. And as we start to see through this story, we've got quite a bit that's happening here. Now, whenever something is made out to be a mystery, trust me, there are always clues in the story as to what the mystery is. So, as you can see here, we've got a Lois somewhat acting out of character, as well with a John. Now, if it's one thing I did notice with this story, is that this John reminds me a little bit like a Grant Morrison Robin, but in this case it's basically a Robin in a Superboy cosplay. But in this case, now to those who have read through the Peter J. Tomasi Robin Rises, and you have like the Alpha and Omega stages, so the beginning and the end. This story reminds me of what happened with Damian Wayne when he gained powers. Right, just the way he's wearing the costume, it reminds me of a Robin, Damian Wayne Robin, but with superpowers, instead of not seeing John Samuel Kent as it's meant to be. And of course we see him helping out his father. We know that this is taking place in the year of him, of sort of like being age 14. And we've just got 13 to 18. When in turn we are also missing years 11 and 12. Alright? Because when Superman Rebirth was happening, And only recently we've had John sort of like being shown as 11 years old. In fact, that's happening in Battle of the Super Sons. Each panel in this story is important because each panel is going to lead us off to clues as to what Pariah intends. Of course, we have moving on to age 15 with this John Kent. But take note that this John Kent is not our John Samuel Kent, not our rebirth John Samuel Kent. This is absolutely an amazing scene. Absolutely incredible. Yes, this story does have its flaws, but it also has some positives in it as well. Moving a little bit further through the story, and as you can see, the art is also working with each year. Moving to him in age 17. And last but not least, moving into age 18. Alright, quite an interesting dynamic with the story. And of course over there starts the Aquaman one, which I'm not covering. So for the internal art, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the story racing. And trust me, I do have some thoughts in relation to this story and also what we've got in that somewhat preamble with the beginning of the story. And that is, alright, moving to the story and things that make up the story, did we get anything covering the area of time? Alright, about the closest thing that we had covering the area of time was this John's age, so 13 to 18. So we got about 5 years of which this takes place. The location, we had the Kent home plus other locations that weren't really done well or pointed out, which should have been included in the story. But as you look throughout this story, there is no sign of any Justice League, like any legit Justice League. It is just Superman, Lois, or this Lois of this dream world, and this John Kent of this dream world. The cast of characters consisting of John Kent, Lois, Lane, of course Clark Kent, Superman. We also had Krypto, and we also had Orion, and of course things leading to somewhat Darkseid. If I were to say something, I understand that it's trying to make out that it is like a hopeful dream world, but I'm tending to disagree that this actually might be Pariah's nightmare world. Yes, it's nice to have these dreams and hopes in relation to family, but there's also something else which somewhat leaves these dream worlds to be tampered with. And that is it possible that for the Justice League to be brought together, of course, we've started to see what's happening in, say, the Flash run and what's happening with Barry Allen. We're also seeing what's happening in the Dark Crisis Young Justice run, to which they too are also somewhat caught up in the dream world. But in their dream world, as you notice, there does appear to be a Justice League appearing in it. So does that mean that the dream world changes for the next generation? Very possibly. And what it might appear in one, it might actually appear in something different. Which means this next little thing. What would it take to combine all of these dream worlds to which these superheroes are into one world to which they can all unite? Now, doesn't mean it will actually happen in the upcoming further parts of the story. I don't know. It could. And we'll get basically the freedom, or we'll get the freeing of the Justice League characters. Or, once again, it might lead to the somewhat newer heroes, even some of the next gen heroes, to help break them out of this, to see through this illusion to which that they have been put in. Well, I'll finish it off there. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself